Good morning. Today we're going to be looking at the name of Jesus as being the morning star. This might be a little bit contradictory because we think in the morning it's already bright. Well, that just goes to show that Jesus is even brighter than all of the stars, which is still in the sky, even in the morning. The passage that we're looking at today is in Revelation chapter 2 verse 16, and it says, I, Jesus, have sent my angel to testify to you about these things for the churches. I am the root and the descendant of David, the bright morning star. Not a bright star, not anything. He is just the brightest star. And this kind of made me think a little bit about, how much we can appreciate how bright the stars are on the earth as we look at them today. Back in Jesus' time, we didn't have all of the pollution from light, which, sort of detracts from the night time. So everything of a night time back then would have seemed much more visible. The stars would have seemed brighter. In fact, they did some of the travelling by night. It's the birds. He did some of his travelling by night, because people could see, and it was also nice and cool. And I got to thinking about a time when Eddie and I went on holiday. He was about 13, 14 maybe, and I was thinking, oh, it's okay, I've got a sat nav, it's down south, I kind of know where I'm going. But then I hadn't sort of planned for delays on the M6, which there always are. And then I hadn't planned that my friends who had cooked a really lovely meal had done that, and it delayed everything. So as we got to go to our little cottage in the country, it was really, really dark, and I was like, well, it's okay because I've got my sat nav. Not thinking that sat navs go off in the middle of nowhere. The lights might be bright in the sky, and they really, really are. But it was also, it wasn't a very starry night. There was no moon. It was pitch black. So as I'm coming up to the cottage, or I think I'm coming up towards the cottage, sat nav goes down. Okay. Pitch black, no sat nav, and I had to navigate, or Eddie had to navigate. I just had to drive the car to our little holiday home. Now, fortunately, the people had left a light on in our little cottage, and it was the single light, the only light that gave us any hint of direction. And it did. It made me think about Jesus being our bright shining light. So then in 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 19, it says, we've got a prophetic word made more sure, which you do well to pay attention to, as the lamp shining in a dark place until the day dawns and the morning star arises in your hearts. So over Christmas, and when we look in the sky and we can appreciate light, I hope that we can try and think about it as Jesus being our guiding light, our guiding star, and that he's there regardless of anything else that's going on in the world, whether it's a failed sat nav or whatever. He's there. He's the biggest light on our Christmas tree. He's the biggest light in all of the lights around and about, and I thank God for that. I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.